So to begin with, to find the domain, we just have to identify the non-permissible values from the denominator. So the denominator is not allowed to be equal to 0, so we're going to have to factor this equation. That'd be x minus 1 times x minus 5. It's not allowed to be equal to 0, which means that x is not allowed to be equal to 1, and x is not allowed to be equal to 5. So for our domain, x can be any real number, that's what that symbol means, except that it can't be equal to 1 or 5. So there's my answer for the domain in part A. In part B, if we want to find the value of the function at 4, we just have to replace x with 4. So 4 minus 1 over 4 squared minus 6 times 4 plus 5. So this is going to simplify into 3 over 16 minus 24 plus 5, which means we have 3 in the numerator, and in the denominator we have 21 minus 24 is minus 3. So f of 4 is actually equal to, simplifying, negative 1. So the value of the function at x equals 4 is negative 1. So now we're being asked to find the x value that makes the function value equal to 4. So 4 is the value of the function. What is x? So we have to solve for x. So we start by multiplying each side by the denominator to get rid of the fraction. So that eliminates the fraction on the right-hand side. And now I have this equation which I have to multiply 4 into those terms. That's 4x squared minus 24x plus 20 is equal to x minus 1. And I'll minus x and add 1 to get me 4x squared minus 25x plus 21 is equal to 0. No greatest common factor, so to solve this, I need two numbers that multiply to 4 times 21, which is 84. Multiply to 84, add to 25, or add to negative 25. So let's see what we can do here. So two numbers that work are 4 and 21. The original numbers we actually had to multiply together. So if I use negative 4 and negative 21, they add to negative 25, and they multiply to positive 84. So now I'm just factoring a messy trinomial. So bear with me while I factor this. 4x leaves me with x minus 1. Then we take out a negative 21, leaving me with x plus 1. So x minus 1 times 4x minus 21. Oh, whoops. This should be x minus 1. So factor out negative 21 from each of those two terms. Leaves me with x minus 1. So I have x minus 1 times 4x minus 21 is equal to 0. So that means either x is equal to 1 or x is equal to, if you can do this one in your head, great. Otherwise, I'll just do the long way here. So it'd be 4x equals 21 or x equals 21 over 4. And we have to remember back to our non-permissible values. And x was not allowed to be equal to 1, so we actually have to reject this solution, x equals 1, which means our only solution, our only value of x that makes the function equal to 4 is x equals 21 over 4.